Hey everybody, BWCummins here with a sketchbook tour. Just finished this Kona Gray sketchbook. It has 36 sheets, so it didn't take long, and we'll just go through and take a look at the stuff I drew in it. All these drawings that you'll see are videos that I've already posted. You know, I sped them up, time-lapse, so you can watch them. They average a couple minutes or less. Anyway, this paper, I want to talk about this paper first. It's nice and thick. The one thing I do like about this pad is it's got like a really thick chunk of cardboard back there, so you can take it with you if you wanted to. I didn't. I drew at this little desk because I was videoing, but I like that option. It also has perforated things so you can tear things out. And in fact, I do think I tore one page out of this and sent it to someone who asked for it. So, because I'm a nice guy, that's why I did that. Anyway, so let's just go through this. When I started this, if you go back and watch the first videos, I liked the fact that the paper is smoother than my Strathmore toned paper ones that I was using before. Smoother, and there's less like visual texture in it, so that was good. But the bad is, this stuff is like, it's like drawing on a sponge. It just like really sucks the ink out of markers and pens, so that's an advantage and a disadvantage. One, you'll go through your medium faster, but it dries faster, so I guess that is a good thing. That as you're drawing, you know, sometimes I go back and erase pencil lines and whatnot. It dries pretty quick, so I don't have to wait that long. So let's just get right into this thing. I'll be fumbling through this because I don't have a lot of space. First drawing was this rattlesnake, and I can say right now that this was probably a night where I wasn't feeling it, and so I went and drew something that was fun and easy. Like, I was in the t-shirt industry for a bunch of years doing resort type t-shirts in the Southwest where I live. And so I did a lot of kids shirts with characters like these. So that's the first drawing in this book. Next we have the swole flower, I called this guy. He got a little too much fertilizer or something. Had fun with this one. With the white under, instead of using it to shade, I used it to pop those veins up a little. I liked that effect. I'm surprised I didn't do more of it throughout this, but yeah. So this is the swole flower. All right, you guys all know I'm a sucker for a robot. I love drawing robots, and I like drawing them with emotion. They're usually, you know, just experiencing good human emotions. Love, or this guy, a child gave him a picture of a heart, and much like the Tin Man, he taped it on himself and is pretty tickled about it. And I do notice another thing. I built a robot for a church event, like for Vacation Bible School a couple of years ago, and maybe I'll slip a picture in that. And that was built out of like dollar store junk that we and you know, found objects. And I love this jaw type thing, and it's on that one I built. It's on other ones that I've drawn. It's kind of Iron Giant E, which was a great cartoon if you didn't see it, artistically speaking, and just funny. If you've never seen Iron Giant, shame on you. Go do it right now and then come back and watch the rest of my video. A nice little, I need to make some more space here because when it's drawn on the lower part of the page, I don't have enough room on this little desk. But this guy, my favorite thing to do, and I've said this a lot, is, and I probably said it in the video of this, my favorite thing is ballpoint pens to draw with. That's just my, if I'm drawing to enjoy it, I'm gonna grab a ballpoint pen. You can get light shading and you can get darker darks. I love the blue because it's tonal, but even with a black ballpoint pen or any color, you can get darker than a pencil, but you can still kind of have the light sketchiness of a pencil, very light. And in fact, you can get very smooth. Like this is, I draw very fast, so this is pretty scritchy. You see the lines. I kind of like that sketchy look. But if I took the time, and there's other things I've drawn where I really take the time, you can get just a smooth as pencil blend. But again, I'm usually drawing these in real time, 15 to 20 minutes, and then I speed them up for you guys to 1 to 2 minutes. So I'm not going to spend a half hour doing a blend when I'm doing it for fun. So this is just a snarling, drooling pig, my favorite thing. Then we have, on this one, I was just probably thinking of the subject, like, hey, I want to draw an alien. How can I make him the weirdest possible? And so I gave him multiple rows of teeth, which is kind of weird, and a tongue that's actually a tentacle, which is kind of weird. These double pupils, I can't remember the scientific term because I can't ever remember words when I'm actually doing a video. I can't remember simple words, let alone some complicated word like that. But there is a term for when a pupil kind of has a misshape. But anyway, I digress. Just wanted to try out some different things and make this as weird as possible. And then I added the spaceship just to give him a place to sit, because why would he be sitting like this otherwise? And then next, okay, I think this was for the character design challenge that I like to participate in. I'm not on the same level, nor do I give the time or try to be on the same level as all the other people who participate in that. And I like, most of it's digital, and for this channel anyway, I really like the hand drawn on paper. I like the experience. I like when I come around a corner with my Posca white pen and it splatters. And you're not going to get that on digital. So, but I usually enter anyway just to represent. I'll be like 1% of the people representing hand-drawn sketches for that in that contest. It's not a contest, I take that back. That challenge where they give you a prompt each month. Character design challenge, look it up. Awesome, awesome stuff to see. All right, then we got back to, next is, I remember this one, messing around with ballpoint pen. This drawing was all about having fun with textures and shading with the ballpoint pen and just creating different shapes. You know, just the way the light's going to hit different shapes. So it just happened to become a fish, but the more important part was just doing different, you know, different shapes, and I had a good time with that one. Next we have, but that previous caveman on a skateboard was just practice. I think this is the one that I actually posted on that character design challenge website. So just another character, which I love. That's pretty much all I do if you watch my channel. If you don't, shame on you, go watch my channel. Then we have, let's see, this drawing. Sometimes I get something in my head because it was talked about or dealt with that day, and even though this isn't the exact thing that was dealt with that day, my son was having all 4 wisdom teeth pulled, and we had been talking about teeth. I spent the day at the dentist waiting, and I wasn't even allowed to leave. Like, I had to wait there and read a book. It was terrible. But anyway, so I had teeth on the mind, and talking about rotten teeth, even though his weren't. They were just in the way, so they got rid of them. But I was thinking of a rotten tooth coming to life and zombifying and climbing out and attacking the populace. But I drew this because I'd been looking at teeth posters and talking about teeth all that day. All right, next we have, okay, I said this in the drawing when I was doing this drawing. Bob Ross is a great figure because of his calm demeanor and his loving demeanor, and he's a compassionate man. He had a love for animals, and he did a lot to inspire people to be artistic. Now, this may be a controversial thing to say, but I consider his paintings more of an arts and craft kind of a thing. Like, I'm glad he did what he did and what he accomplished, but I'm more a fan of Bob Ross for his character and personality than I am for his artwork. Bob Ross, great guy, right there with Mr. Rogers and other people who are just like pure souls. So sweet and nice and encouraging. So I drew him, and drew him painting himself, which I don't know if that translated, but it was fun to try to capture his likeness with Prisma pencils. I don't draw with Prisma pencils very often, so that was fun. Next we have a zebra. The challenge on this one, I was invited by An Art Adventure. Christopher has a great channel, An Art Adventure, where he does unboxings of art supplies and then draws a lot. And he did a personal challenge through the alphabet, animals through the alphabet, and it was really great. You really need to go see it. I'll try to remember to include a link to that, or to at least his channel, so you can check out his awesome stuff. He's got a great style, and he seems like a great guy. Anyway, he invited a few YouTubers to participate in the last letter, which is Z. And what he was doing is Googling a letter, animal that starts with A or animal that starts with B, and he would draw whatever Google came up with first. And of course, when you Google an animal that starts with Z, it said zebra. So I drew the fruit stripe zebra, and I appreciated him inviting me to participate in that. We had fun, and a few other people did, and saw some cool zebras. Then we have just it's funny, I can look at a drawing And even if I don't remember the details about that day or why I drew that thing, which I don't remember why I drew this bald eagle, I know this is, like, I had nothing. I didn't, like, sit down to draw a bald eagle. I had nothing, so I drew this. I can tell just by the style. It's subtly different than the other stuff I draw. Just a pose and whatever. And this is just like a little screeching eagle. That was fun to draw and it turned out nice, but I know that day I was probably just empty in the tank, so I just did something. Hope you like the something. And then, it's funny, I drew this because I was intrigued by the artistic style of this movie, the Alita Battle Angel. And I talked about, oh yeah, I'm going to get out and see this. Because, like I say, the artistic style looks like they really went to the nth degree with it. And you know what? I never went out and saw it. I still have not seen it months later. And so, yeah, I just was drawing this real quick because the big eyes. I was intrigued by the big eyes and the teeth. Just like that stylized or idealized person. So I'll probably see it when it comes on one of the ways that I can watch it for free. Or, you know, like on my television at home. It didn't get the best reviews, and so I wasn't like as hungry to go pay 10 or 12 bucks to see it. Then, alright guys, I turned my pad sideways for a while, I think. This was almost like a still life I was just drawing. Chuck Taylor All-Stars, they have a nostalgic place in my heart, and I was just, this is almost like a still life, but, you know, giving it some personality and some character. Just that. Probably didn't have an idea of anything, so just draw an object sitting around. There you go. Guess what day this was, or nearing. It was getting close to St. Patrick's Day. It's like a leprechaun mowing through some clovers with his teeth. I don't know why. I just, I always liked it. I like the action in it. So there's that. So this one was for the following month after the Caveman, maybe? I don't remember, but I'm not even going to try to pronounce the style of art this is. It's the Mexican, you know, like Coco, the movie Coco, Disney's Coco. It's that style, and it starts with an A and has 55 J's in it, and a B and an R and 7 E's. I can't, if I'm not looking at the word and dissecting it, I can't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try. Then, hey, I'm a big movie fan, huge. Like, I watch way too many movies. And I want to talk about them at all times. So I drew, one of my favorite movies is Raiders of the Lost Ark. And so I drew the little fertility idol from that. Just, again, more to mess with getting something shiny. And yeah, this is the fertility idol from Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of my favorite films. Then we just have some wonky potted cactus. This is my favorite style to draw. Just characters acting weird, and why not let them be succulents, chewing and licking, and he's got things in his tongue. It was just fun to draw, you know, wonky eyes. That's just it, just fun. So then this here's one of my favorite drawings. I just like it. It made for a good sticker, which you can get a sticker of a lot of these. The succulents that was on the last page, and this one over on Teespring, I think. They're expensive, but you know, I guess if you really wanted it, then you'd be willing to pay. But anyway, so this was the Florida potato. I heard the term, and then I thought, I'm going to draw that. I'm going to draw a manatee with a pat of butter on it, like a baked potato. And I just like how thick and tight, and it's a, what do they call that? A unit, something. Anyway, I'm not young. I don't know those terms, but I really did enjoy the textures on this guy, everything. Florida potato, manatee. So here's the page I tore out. Honestly, I can't even remember what it was. Oh, you know what it was? It was the, it was a Old West wagon. Maybe I'll just drop a picture in here. An Old West wagon on top of a snail. And someone wanted that. Actually, the person who requested it asked for it, and so I sent it to him. Anyway, and so then I drew this the next day. One of those out of gas moments where I didn't have an idea, so I just, you know, hey, let's go for some texture and stuff and put a face on it and be weird. But, you know, not much to say. Melting candle, face in it. Wanted to draw tentacles this night, this day, whenever I drew it. And so I turned them into a mustache and beard like that dude from Pirates of the Caribbean. But this looks more like, I don't know if you guys remember that show from a while ago, American Chopper. It was on the Discovery Channel. I watched that with my kids a lot when they were younger. And this looks like the dad, Paul Tuttle. If he had tentacles on his face, that's what he would look like. Imagine this throwing a chair, and yeah, there you go. And then this one, nothing, no idea. I just probably, it has the eyes and the teeth and the tongue, so that it was a thing. Don't feel strongly about it now, didn't feel strongly about it then, I just drew it. So I have to draw robots and unicorns every once in a while on a regular basis. So it had been a while since I'd drawn a weird unicorn, so I drew this guy, and then I put a elf, or whatever that is, I guess that's an elf, on his back with a cool little sword. And yeah, just had fun with that one. I'm just compelled to draw wonky unicorns. Now everybody was starting to talk about Avengers too much, and I enjoy that. I went and saw all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But I was thinking back, I don't know why I combined Michael Jackson with Thanos from the previous movie, the Infinity War movie, where she asks him what did it cost, and he says everything. I don't know what he says, but maybe he says too much, or maybe he says $1.97. I don't remember what the actual quote is, but this made me laugh in my head. What did it cost? And Michael Jackson would just say hee hee, because there's a lot of memes with Michael Jackson saying hee hee, and they always make me laugh. So I participated in that. Thanos, Michael Jackson. This may be the only one that exists. The only Thanos, Michael Jackson, which I love originality with, and that's a rare thing. So there you go. Then we have this guy. Probably just wanted to move the pen around on paper. When you see these old school Converse and whatever and boxer shorts, I'm just kind of having fun drawing without purpose. And this is, I guess, like an ape with almost like a toy space helmet running around in his undies. Just like a little kid playing space at home. There you go. Someone suggested lizard or gecko in sunglasses. That's why I drew this. This harkens back to, I've drawn 50 million geckos in my career because of where I live and what I did for a living for so many years. So a lot of geckos. I could draw them in my sleep. So this was fun to draw. He's licking his eye, that's how a gecko moistens his eye, and that's pushing his sunglasses off his face. Get it? Okay. Then this, just like a steampunk race car pig head. More of a logo kind of thing than a drawing. Yeah, what else? It was just fun to draw. This night was all about perspective, and I drew this super fast, so I wasn't worried about every little detail, but I just wanted to kind of get that. He's lying, his feet are away from you. Another drawing that I did a long time ago is Beef Stew Fart. And to this day, it doesn't have the most minutes watched, but that stupid Beef Stew Fart video has the most clicks. I don't know, maybe because of the name, but it's similar in perspective. And it was just a challenge to draw that perspective. And in some places it worked, and in some places it didn't. But it's good exercise for me, and that's all this was, is exercise, because the subject matter is just dumb. This was all right around Easter weekend, which is my busiest time of year, like at work. So I didn't have a whole lot. I still like to draw. That's where I get my enjoyment and peace. So I went to Google to an art prompt place, and they said fox in a trench coat, so I drew that. And that was recently, so we're getting to the end here. And then I wanted to draw a wolf skull. There's a wolf skull. I kept, usually I'm pretty sloppy about my lines. I was trying to keep these lines a little more evenly spaced, more like a technical illustration. I don't know if that translated, but that's what I was trying for. And then I was thinking of a tattoo, and then putting a raven on top, but I drew this so big I didn't have enough room. So I drew a raven the next day, but not in the same style, so I wouldn't end up using these together, but I did want to draw a raven. I exaggerated the features of the raven with the bigger beak and the bigger eye because they have little beady eyes and the feet are gigantic. Style-wise doesn't go with the wolf skull I drew, but I did get to draw both things that I want to draw. And I like this guy, just he doesn't really go with the wolf skull. Look at Character Design Challenge if you wanted to start new, because I think within the next couple days they're releasing, it goes from early May to early June. The contest doesn't go like on the first to the last day of the month. It actually goes from like 5 days into the month to 5 days after, or something like that. But the theme was kabuki, and again, I've had a busy time, so I just threw something together. And I did, I don't know, just with a simple kabuki, like the happy, and then like a mask, and then this sickly, skinny thing is wearing it. You know, it is what it is. And then starts, there's a guy named Kesh RT on Instagram, and he draws a lot, he doodles a lot, and his channel is way more educational and very well put together. I like his stuff. He's got a lot of energy, and he's better for the camera than I'll ever be. So anyway, he's doing like a 100 days of sketching challenge, and this was, I think, the first prompt, cactus. So I just drew, much like the cactus in the pot, this is just one little saguaro who likes his blossom, same style, but it was just to start in that. And I'll keep doing that when the prompt is good. Like day 3, the prompt was a desk job, and it's not very inspiring to me, so I'm not going to be anal about it like I was with Inktober. But if the prompt is good, or I think of something, I'll participate. I did like this prompt, which was fish pants. I think day 2 was fish pants, and we're getting, like, I think this is the last drawing I did in this book. How fitting. So fish pants I just interpreted as fish, like mermaid, and if its fin half was made out of denim and denim overalls, so then it's like the hillbilly mermaid, or merman, to be technically correct. And things I like about this are all of it. I love this guy. He's fun. And then, yeah, just the overall fins and the little frayed parts, and, you know, it's fun drawing denim. And he's drinking some moonshine and just having a good old time. He's got one tooth. So just hillbilly Ozark, kind of a backwoods dude who just happens to be a mermaid. That's this book, and I have new Strathmore toned paper sketchbooks that I'll start drawing in here pretty quick. Hope you enjoyed this. Sorry it's so long, but you know, we're going through 30-some drawings. And go back, if you liked a certain one, go back and watch that drawing. How you can watch it happen. And it doesn't take too long. They're only a couple of minutes or less. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe, and thank you for all the support that you guys have given me. Have a great day. Bye now.